Trinidad and Tobago is a proud democracy whose political structure is based on elements inherited from the British Westminster system. Under the system of governance, there are three separate and autonomous arms of state. These are the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. The President is the head of state and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The President, along with the Senate and the House of Representatives, form the legislature. The office of President was created in 1976 when Trinidad and Tobago became a republic. Prior to this, the head of state was the Queen, whose local representative was found in the Governor General. After the retirement of our first native Governor General, Sir Solomon Hochoy, Sir Ellis Clarke was next to assume the portfolio. On August 1, 1976, Sir Ellis became the first national to replace the monarch as head of state and hold the distinguished honor as the first ever president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
The major change is that the President of Trinidad and Tobago is the head of state of the country. The Governor General was the representative of a foreign head of state. The Queen of England was Queen of Trinidad and Tobago, and of course of several other countries. And the Governor General of Trinidad and Tobago, although often referred to as the head of state, was really the representative of Her Majesty.
Under the Republican Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, the President is chosen by an electoral college, a unicameral body comprising all members of the Senate and the House of Representatives assembled together.
In our case, the method that we have adopted is that we have an electoral college which comprises all the members of the Senate and of the House of Representatives. And the President is elected by this electoral college. And he's elected for a 5-year term. His term is not coterminous with that of the Parliament. In other words, it doesn't matter whether Parliament is in session or is not in session. It doesn't matter whether there's a new Parliament or anything else. The President's term is completely independent of the Parliament. His term is a term of 5 years.
The Electoral College is convened by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who presides as the chairman over the proceedings. Voting by the Electoral College takes place by secret ballot, and the Speaker shall have an original vote. 10 senators, the Speaker, and 12 other members of the House of Representatives constitute a quorum, which is the minimum number of members necessary to conduct the business of the Electoral College. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is responsible for the holding of elections for the President according to Section 26(1) of the Constitution. The date of the election for President shall be announced in the Gazette by the Speaker days in advance as may be prescribed. It must be noted that an election for President shall be held not more than 60 days, no less than 30 days before the expiration of the term of that office. The term of office for the President of the Republic is 5 years. In order to be eligible for nomination for the post of President, a person must be a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, 35 years and upwards, and at the date of his nomination must have been a resident in Trinidad for 10 years preceding his nomination. If a member of the Senate or the House of Representatives is elected as President, his or her seat in the Senate or House of Representatives thereupon becomes vacant. The process for the elections is relatively simple, as the Constitution states clearly that a candidate for election as President will be elected once nominated for election by a nomination paper, which is signed by him and 12 or more members of the House of Representatives and is delivered to the Speaker at least 7 days before the election. The candidate who is unopposed or who obtains the greatest number of votes cast shall be declared elected. In the case where the votes cast for 2 or more candidates are equally divided, the Speaker will have and exercise a casting vote. Senators cannot nominate someone, but they do have a vote. As head of state and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, the responsibilities of the President are many. Over the past 32 years, our country has been honored to have several exemplary leaders to serve us as President. They are Sir Ellis Clarke, our first Republican President, the late Mr. Nur Hassan Ali, Mr. A.N.R. Robinson, and Professor George Maxwell Richards. Today, as our country, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, matures and adapts to the demands of a changing world paradigm, the President is at the helm of a nation with a dynamic economy and knowledge of a people well prepared to meet the challenges of the future. Together we will aspire, and together we will achieve.